The tragic history of California wildfires. Did you know that California averages more than 7,000 wildfires each year? While massive blazes like the Camp Fire and Dixie Fire dominate headlines, California's wildfire history is marked by lesser-known but equally devastating events that have shaped the state's landscape, policies, and communities. The stories you've heard are just the tip of the iceberg. California's wildfires are often seen as a modern crisis, but the truth is, their history stretches back far longer than most of us realize. These fires are not just natural disasters. They're deeply tied to the state's environmental, social, and economic evolution. From entire towns reduced to ash to ancient forests destroyed in hours, the wildfires of California have left scars not only on the land, but also on the people who call it home. Understanding this history is essential, not just to grasp the magnitude of the problem, but to find ways to prevent the tragedies of the past from repeating themselves. Today, we'll uncover some of the most significant and tragic wildfire events in California's history, diving into the causes, impacts, and the lessons they offer for a world that's becoming hotter and drier by the year. California's wildfires are the result of a perfect storm, one fueled by a combination of natural and human factors. Climate change has intensified droughts and heat waves, creating tinderbox conditions across the state. At the same time, rapid urban development has pushed communities closer to fire-prone areas, while decades of forest mismanagement, including a policy of fire suppression, have left vast swathes of vegetation dangerously overgrown. But the problem isn't just environmental, it's personal. For every fire, there are lives lost, homes destroyed, and ecosystems devastated. Wildfires don't just burn trees and houses, they burn memories, livelihoods, and futures. The central challenge is clear. How do we balance the need for development and safety with the realities of living in a fire-prone state? And how do we adapt to a future where wildfires are not the exception, but the rule? To understand today's crisis, we have to look back at the fires that shaped California's history. One of the earliest recorded tragedies was the Great Fire of 1889 in Los Angeles, which destroyed more than 60 homes and marked the city's first encounter with wildfire on an urban scale. This fire revealed how vulnerable growing communities were to nature's wrath, even in the age of industrial progress. Fast forward to 1933, and the infamous Griffith Park fire in Los Angeles, which claimed the lives of 29 people, most of them unemployed men who had been hired to clear brush as part of Depression-era relief efforts. The blaze spread rapidly, and with no modern firefighting infrastructure, it became one of the deadliest fires in California's history. Then there's the Cedar Fire of 2003, which burned over 270,000 acres in San Diego County and destroyed nearly 3,000 structures. At the time, it was the largest fire in California's history, fueled by dry conditions and fierce Santa Ana winds. The Cedar Fire exposed gaps in communication and resource allocation, leading to significant changes in emergency response strategies. But perhaps one of the most haunting stories is that of the Peshtigo Fire, not in California, but often overshadowed by it, reminding us that fire's impact knows no borders. The deadliest wildfire in California's history came in 2018, the Camp Fire. It was a disaster of almost biblical proportions. Sparked by faulty electrical equipment, the fire consumed the town of Paradise in just a few hours, claiming 85 lives and displacing tens of thousands. Families fled with nothing but the clothes on their backs, while others weren't so lucky. The images of burned-out cars on jam-packed roads became a grim symbol of the fire's chaos and horror. The Camp Fire wasn't just a tragedy, it was a wake-up call. In its aftermath, there were demands for accountability, particularly from Pacific Gas and Electric, whose equipment was found to be the cause. The fire also prompted changes in evacuation protocols, emergency alerts, and building codes designed to make communities more fire-resistant. Yet, for many, these measures came too late. California's wildfire history is as much about resilience as it is about tragedy. Each fire tells a story of loss, but also of lessons learned and the potential for change. From the Great Fire of 1889 to the Camp Fire of 2018, these events have shaped not just the state's landscape, but also its policies and its people. As climate change accelerates, these fires will only grow more intense and frequent. But understanding their history gives us a blueprint for the future, one that prioritizes safety, sustainability, and a deeper respect for the environment we share. What do you think? Can we prevent tragedies like the Camp Fire from happening again? Or are wildfires an inevitable part of life in California? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and be sure to watch our next video. Together, let's keep the conversation alive and work toward solutions.